Actually, I was born on a ship, right over the Indian waters. And 2 days before the ship docked, I was born. So registered in Somerset House, London. And citizenship originally basically became Indian because India was part of the British regime. My father is Welsh.
Your father's Welsh?
Yeah, father is Welsh. And my mother is half Indian, half Portuguese.
That's an unusual combination.
I was scrambled egg. Yeah, no, not right. Not even sunny side up. Just a total scramble.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in India.
Right.
I grew up in India. I quit. I left, ran away from home. My father was district. He was a military officer, and after that, he became an official in the gold mine. He worked in the gold mines, the deepest mine in the world at that time.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was sharing my testimony with the church yesterday morning. My dad had a strap, his work belt.
Christian food, yeah.
And he used to
Christian food?
Used to get whipped. They wanted to know how I am so tall. I said because my dad had a good strap. So every time he whipped, I wrote on the back. I wrote on the strap, "I need thee every day."
Did you get it every day?
Either every day or almost every day.
Then you had your wish then.
Yeah, my wish came true. Then I left home. I joined a circus. And,
you joined
the circus.
The circus?
Circus, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
as what?
Basically, it's an entry level. You can do anything. Just get there because I could speak English. I was up as a translator in the front, greeting people like a greeter, welcoming the guests in.
You were not a performer then?
I did perform.
As
I stayed and I grew and I trained. I was a catcher in the flying trapeze.
Close
to doing.
Yeah, because when I came out of the army, I joined the circus.
Okay.
I joined Bertram Mills Circus.
Bertram Mills, okay.
Yeah. And I did a season.
Bertram Mills is English?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm
British. You're British too, correct. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I was in the band.
In the army band?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Well, I was in the army band and I was in the circus band as well.
Circus band as well, okay.
But I came...
So you are the guys who kept tune to my swinging pin.
Well, I would love...
I swing to your tune.
Yeah, I would love to have gone on tour with them. I came very close.
Oh, yeah.
But it never happened.
You didn't? Okay.
I was not...
I toured with them for about 9.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I did got some achievements, and clown achievement was one of them. That, of course, we had to be certified through St. John's Ambulance because clowns are just not funny faces.
No,
we're the first aid guys. We're the paramedics there.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why they keep stupid characters in there.
Yeah, you can get hurt.
Yeah, because
we
got so many, without safety acts up on top. If there is a slip, we got to make sure that we get them, and God forbid if they slip through your fingers or your hands, and then you got to be prompt to the your medical attention, CPR, and, fractures, broken limbs.
Right.
So that was part of my function.
Interesting life.
Yes, sir. Then I left that, joined a research lab. They were researching at that time to bring out Xerox machines in India indigenously. So I was in a lab with 4 other guys, and we came up with the first Xerox machine in India, and became the best seller in India. So I was in the forefront, demonstrating wherever we went, all press conferences and everything. And then I went into sales and service. And along with that I was doing printing machines as well. Because that was, it goes together. And I left that and I started a little business of my own, just servicing machines. And while I was servicing those machines, I got an opportunity to go to Canada to fix some machines. I said, try it out on a temporary basis. I said, okay. So they sent me the fare and they sent me the visa, work visa, and I had accommodation for 6 months, paid for. I said, might as well take it. So I went there and just continued to stay there. And then from that, that wasn't really promising, because after I got inside there and I fixed the machines, and after 2 months of working and getting the two chronically troubled machines, the guys said we have to have a formal interview with the director and quote and unquote whoever, the big guys, the big guns. And then they come up with a story that they need somebody with at least a minimum of 5 years Canadian experience. I said, how come you didn't know that when you sent me the airfare? How come you didn't know that you needed somebody with 5 years experience when you sent me the visa? And how come you didn't know that you need somebody with 5 years Canadian experience when you paid for a 6-month motel for me? I said, something is wrong here. I said, one of us are really not using our brain. Anyway, I left that place. I got a job in maintenance in a die-cast plant, making...
Still in Canada? In
Canada, yeah. Working for General Motors, making parts for General Motors, die-cast. And I got laid off 4 times in that place. And I said, no, it's time to go. So I got a job in the aerospace industry. While I was working with these guys, I was upgrading my education. So I went, I got a degree in quality assurance, QA. So I got a job as a quality control inspector. And I was still finishing my term in school. And while doing that, there are 3 examinations, a week apart. So you write your examinations week 1, you get a week break, and the 3rd week you write the 2nd one, and 1 more week, and the 4th week you write your final. Between the 3rd and the 4th week, I had an offer to work along liaison with the US Navy. So I took it because that was my particular job was working in the F-18 section, nose gear. So I accepted it, and before I can write my 3rd examination, I was already employed by part-time with the US Navy. So the thing was 2/3 the company that I was working paid, and the next third the US Navy paid. I got some good perks with them. If I fly anywhere in Canada or anywhere in North America, including Mexico, I pay only 60% of the airfare.
Still?
Yeah, only 60%. If the fare is $100, I would pay only 60%.
So do you have a pension with the US Navy then?
Pardon me?
Do you have a pension with the US Navy?
Yes, that's right. My pension from the US Navy is a small one, but nevertheless, I get. I've taken only half pension, so I get $420 odd, and till the day I die. My spouse will continue to get the same amount of money till the day she dies. So I opted for that.
Yeah,
I opted for that, and then I've been living separated from my wife, but for quite some time. Actually, if I calculate back, it's about 16, 17 years that we actually lived as a husband and wife. We lived in the same place for right up to a few years ago, and then I think we called it truce, break free. I am just separated. I'm not divorced, so maybe I have to initiate that program. Let me see when I'm here for 6 months. Hopefully, I get back 2 weeks time. I can get my paperwork. So I got to go file my taxes. That's one of the reasons.
Is this back to the US?
No, to Canada.
To Canada. Okay.
To Canada.
So are you a Canadian citizen?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I was reading the vlog about the Canadian guy who gave you a run. I said, oh my God. I said, no, I've got to call Prince and tell him I'm a Canadian. And he said, not another Canadian.
We've had...
you had some fun with him, didn't you?
I don't know why people didn't understand at the time. I kept saying it, but the focus was not on the Canadian. People kept, especially Canadians, were quite irate at the idea that he was calling himself Canadian. Well, I call myself an American citizen. I'm British.
You're British, yeah.
So what difference did it make where he originated from?
Yeah.
And because of his girlfriend and the child, it really didn't matter whether he was talking a load of, which he was.
Yeah.
Which he was.
How did it pan out with the girlfriend and with the baby? Did they go to the church? Because I know when I was looking at your blog and she was absolutely non-committal, and I was saying to myself, I said, these people are out on a limb. I mean, trying to make her life a little more comfortable, and she's not even acknowledging any kind of a thanks. So, I thought that only happens in India.
She was unwilling to take a 20 pesos
bus ride.
Not even that. Just take a tricycle.
Tricycle, yeah.
And
to get to the church.
To pick up 6,000 pesos.
I'll take 2 tricycles for that. I'll get one to ride in and one to bring the money back.
But the thing was, in the end, the man who put up most of the money, 2 Canadians put up the initial, I think it was 17,000 pesos, and that took him to Manila. Right? But when he came back, the money that was given to him came from an American. And the American said right from the start, it doesn't matter whether he is lying, because it's the girl,
the child,
and the child. And the moment that he left, she was reunited with her family. So it was case closed.
Very good. Did you ever hear from him again?
We did.
You did? Okay.
We had a very accusatory letter from him, message,
Is that it?
saying that we had tried to ruin his life.
That's gratitude.
Isn't that strange?
I know.
So he says, why did you try to ambush me? Because we were not sure. We were never sure what was happening with him. And after he was supposed to have gone, we went round to his apartment to see if he'd really gone. And he thought that was an ambush.
I remember saying in the blog that he sent him to Manila to get his paperwork in order, and he says that he paid the money into the embassy, and it's not enough, and you asked, did you get a receipt? And he says, no, I trust them.
He told us, he denied it later, but he told us that it was the Canadian ambassador himself.
Yes, correct, I remember
who took the money from him.
But you cannot see the Canadian ambassador.
No, the Canadian is not going to dirty his hands with money. He is going to say, I'm over here, take this money.
See, in the embassy, it's a rare occasion that you could actually see the Canadian ambassador. Now, I might be a Canadian citizen, and if I have a problem and I want to see the Canadian ambassador, it's got to be something of very high or great importance. Political or concern with the government.
There'd have to be a great deal happening for him to come out of his office. So he was obviously not telling the truth.
No. As soon as I saw that, I thought to myself, I said, listen, when I was growing up, I said, I could lie sometimes, through the back of my head. I said, but this guy would go out with me any day.
And anyway, when he came back from Manila the first time, he was back for several days, but he never got in touch, and he never. And then he said that he'd arrived just that day. So it was all just lying. But the main focus, which we said time and time again, is to reunite his girlfriend and the small child. The child was only 2 years old, I think, wasn't she? So that was what we were trying to do. We thought that she would be better off were interfering. I know. If he was gone, we thought that.
Terence, please continue your breakfast.
I got an abscessed tooth.
Right. You need to have that pureed for you then.
Yeah, I think so. I need to have this through a straw. So, yeah.